Ho ho ho, beautiful people, and welcome to a fantastic episode in which we have to have another look at Vivian for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, you guys asked me, Timmy, what about Barbie? What kind of synergy does she have with Vivian? What about Asuka? What kind of synergy Asuka has with Vivian? So 2 more matches we want to test in this episode. Obviously, we're going to have 2 different offense buffing heroes in order to give these matches the best synergy possible. The reason number 2, we want to see the proc rate of Vivian after Friday's patch. But this time I actually have 10 battle reports done in the sun table. And the reason number 3 is exactly this one, the hero combo. And from my perspective, River Game again didn't get it right, and it's confusing at best. Why? First of all, we see the effectiveness in simplicity. Not sure exactly which of these words simply do not fit in here, but the first thing which disturbs me is actually putting the Air Force ignition lower on the page, kind of insinuating of being an alternative, which is basically in reality a far more performing setup. And when we look at this setup here, from my test, at least against the Navy meta, this match ended up on rank 5 out of 6, Storm Shadow with Lin and Abad. And when we have a look at the alternatives for the indestructible heroes, I totally agree. When it comes down to the offense buffing hero, we see Lin, we also see Cranston. I agree with that. But what does it mean when you see Hazel in there? Well, I'm going to explain you in a second when we are analyzing the Ignition March. And obviously, when it comes down to a support hero, we see Mr. Kai. I agree with him. We see Barbie. Actually, we're going to see a setup similar to this, obviously with Vivian instead of Storm Shadow, in today's episode to see where can we fit this in this top 6, which is going to become a top 8. And obviously, we see Serval. Now, back in these days, dear beautiful people, I was always 5-starring every single hero and get the level 5 exclusive hero, and this hero was so not an improvement that I even not brought her to 5 stars. But in order to understand better what I'm trying to say with this tab over here, let's have a look at the ignition setup of the Air Force, because this is the more efficient one. Again, if we have a look at the indestructible hero, I agree with all 3 options. Debatable, obviously, which one is kind of slightly the best. But the problem starts when we have a look at the offense buffing here. We see Tigress and Brady, which are very close to each other in performance. But what else are we seeing in here? Again, Hazel. So what should a new player understand by seeing Hazel? It's possible that a new player would think, okay, let's 5-star Hazel and get her level 5 because I see it in here. And this is such a massive mistake. And in order to understand that, we actually have videos on this channel in which you see that Hazel with level 7, which is by the way $1,800, it's weaker than Brady with level 5, which is kind of similar to Tigress. So this would be a massive mistake for you to understand that you should go for Hazel. What you should understand is Hazel would work, but you must upgrade to Brady on Tigress. And the same thing kind of happens to the support hero. We have Abad, which is by far the best supporting hero right now for the Air Force. There's no question about it. We see Asuka, by the way, the match with Vivian and Tigress, we're going to see in this episode and see what rank will this achieve. But when it comes to Mr. Maximo, this is a more than 3 years old hero right now. And it's extremely not as powerful as it used to be. And again, a new player seeing this will think, okay, I can 5-star Maximo. This is wrong. Maximo would work. The performance would be considerably lower because you should go for Abad. Good. Let's have a look at the matches, beautiful people. And for that, again, I have used the hero trial. And let me put the data from Mr. Ray M, because I'm going to literally use the same numbers against the Navy meta, which is Lilia, Ada, and Meozilla. And let's have a look how this match will perform. That's exactly what we want to see. Lin with Vivian and Barbie. Why Lin? Because she has this extra vitality buff. So this would be the best synergy together with Barbie, because her skill is basically regular attack type of damage. So I have done 20 attacks, and I'm putting now directly on the screen the average. And we are seeing here average of 71.55% after also 20 attacks. This brings this setup on rank number 6, pushing Lin with Vivian and Kai actually to rank 7. So even Barbie being far older than Kai, I would say the performance is the same. But again, dear new players, this does not mean that you should 5-star Barbie right now. What it means is if you have her at 5 stars and the level 5, it works also without the level 5, sure you can use it, but watch the video till the end in order to see what's the best setup. Good. We have a second setup which we want to fill in these ranks, and that's this one. Tigress with Vivian and Asuka. And again, we have 20 attacks also in here, and I'm just going to put directly the average performance on the screen, and that's 68.75%. And this is now basically kind of rank 8. But not just that, beautiful people, have a look at the difference between this setup and the setup Tigress with Vivian and Abad. The difference is noticeable, beautiful people, and it's basically the difference between Abad and Asuka. Great hero, both of them, but it's obvious that Abad is better. Good, beautiful people. We also want to have a look again at the proc rate of Vivian, as this is the screenshot from the video on Wednesday when Vivian came out. This is only from 5 battles in the sand table. And I'm gonna add now the results of 10 attacks in the sand table and see if there is a difference. So from 10 attacks done today, I'm seeing a proc rate from Mr. Duke of 34.9, approximately I would say, as the more tries, the more accurate the number would be of his proc rate. Doesn't seem to be changed. On Mr. Storm Shadow, from approximately 33.6%, I see today from 10 attacks 35.3% proc rate. And of course for Vivian, from 35.37 from Wednesday and 5 attacks, today we see from 10 attacks in the sun table 35.53. So anyways, beautiful people, these are the numbers which I see right now. But I will go and try my best to test exactly this again next week and maybe the week after that to see if River Game will do an adjustment on the proc rate of these 3 heroes because they are competing with each other basically. Good, beautiful people, what's left for me to add in this episode? Of course, obviously, conclusion. Now, if you watched the previous episode, which I highly encourage you to do so, you already know the conclusion of Vivian, especially when it comes down to comparing her to Storm Shadow or Mr. Duke. And I will only gonna add the following. The hero itself is super valuable. It's a hero with an indestructible buff, not tied to a collaboration event, and performs actually pretty solid, as there is one thing which we were not able to use in this test. It's obviously the heavy trooper, it's obviously the runes. Now here of course depends a lot on what runes exactly have you obtained till now from game, because we all know that's a chaos. And I will gonna have a small request for you guys. If you have reached the point in this video, please just let me know in the comments, was this video useful in any way? You might as well take a scale from 1 to 10, in which 1 is the worst thing possible, basically more or less an insult to watch this video, and number 10 being absolutely super valuable piece of information, in order for me also to understand better what informations do you guys want me to focus on. Not just that, also obviously I want to know your opinion of what quality my work actually has. Beautiful people, as always, yeah, don't forget to support what supports you back. The best way to do so, it's 100% free, as you should subscribe to this channel. Obvious, I still think you should watch my videos till the end. Share this channel with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and I will gonna catch you in the next awesome episode. Ciao, ciao, ciao.